Oh, we're restarting.
We're getting ready.
Here we go. We can just about hit the players as well on the other side of the wall, so we get some reactions here.
Well, it's not the players that are playing. Well, Liquid's kind of in front of the wall.
Yeah,
it's
they're
Envy
right here,
that we're hearing being loud and
Ah,
obnoxious.
okay, so there's the ones screaming in there.
Yeah, they're the ones being immature.
Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 9th round. It's actually quite an important one, and a best of one on a map like Train. Very CT-sided. You want to get the CT start. Allows you to post a score for yourself and set a target. If you can win the pistol as well, you're in such a strong position. If you lose it though, of course, it's not to come around you, but it just is definitely the favourite side every single time. It's similar to what we saw from Inferno in the beginning days of CSGO. It's like such a CT-sided affair. You always wanted that CT start. It's considered a bomb planted. Okay.
That speeds things up a little bit.
I guess it's like, well, we're going to win.
I guess it does put a timer on it now, rather than the one guy that runs away forever. It doesn't matter, that's a flawless. Gotta defuse it, it's a flawless knife round. All 5 stay alive. This might be the first time I've seen that ever in a knife round. As Liquid get completely sliced open. Nafly's gonna kill Mixwell just for good measure. But OpTic will get their start. They desire to be the CT side, undoubtedly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, they definitely will be starting CT side. So they had a massive advantage here. That could sway the percentages a little bit. But yeah, I still favour Liquid overall. But we'll see what happens here. I'm not sure if they're going to be a structure before. I know Peacemaker had a heavier influence on his team. He was always very involved with all the processes and kind of the pauses, especially calming them down, can be known to be quite, I guess, emotional team overall. Like players like Liege need to be fully comfortable before he can play in that kind of god mode we've seen him in recently. He's been playing some fantastic CS at some of the big events. Been a big fan of his recently. Looking crazy in terms of stuff he's putting off in terms of clutches and kind of working together with Nitro. Yep. Big fan.
Yeah, I think Elige definitely showed up in New York. Yeah. That was his best. Cologne as well, to be fair. Cologne was very good, but Elige in New York was exceptional, and to the point where in many people's eyes, you know, I talked to a few people about this, he's considered the best rifler right now in North America. That's coming from players, not so much the community populace, but definitely puts himself, you know, top of the team right now in terms of early impact, and that's something that I've always given to Nitro, so that's
what
impressive.
I've heard as well, in terms of like trying to keep him happy, like they'll do their veto based on what he wants to play that day.
Good old Johnny.
That's like they want to keep him as happy as possible. So it's like, okay, well, what map do you want to play today, mate? Like they say, well, you feel like that? Well, we'll try and get it for you. Just say like they know how good he can be. So they want to be as comfortable as possible. We don't want to be any distractions there, any doubt in his mind. So that they try and get maps based on what he's doing on the day. Which is probably fair enough. I think in terms of like pure fragging ability, yeah, from what we saw in New York. Like I said, I think Nico's probably the most well-rounded player. In terms of what he brings, and now he's a cooler as well. I'm not sure how that's affect him overall. I'll be interested to see whether it does affect his performance. I think if you were going to have a cooler, definitely the most experienced. He's the oldest in the team. You definitely want to have someone who's calm and relaxed, and for all the guys who will look up to him, of course. I think Nitro, being one of the younger guys, probably not as experienced in the role, he might have had some good ideas there, but under the pressure, when things start to go against you, that's when the cooler is really tested. If you're winning all the games, it's very easy to just call it cool off the fly and kind of thing like, oh, well, players are good right now. With things that's going wrong and the economy's in the bin, that's when you get really tested. You need someone who can kind of keep calm under those high pressure situations. You're not starting just yet, apparently. Nitro fragging like he doesn't warm up there.
Yeah, exactly. More time to prepare.
Like we said, it's the first time we've done an event here in the office. But I don't think I think this game will be a couple of hits there.
We need to bring the Bravo back. We'll make it Brazil.
Bravo.
Yeah, that was a legendary.
No one knows his name, but
no one needs to know his name.
Was a legend.
He's probably very good at Croatian wrestling matches. Here we go. We're getting into it, Henry.
We are indeed. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first game of the day, best of one. OpTic Gaming versus Team Liquid. It will be Liquid starting on the T side here. We do talk about the B side being very favoured here, just in terms of getting the bomb down, good for exchanges, and the rotations do favour the Ts once they actually get into the site. And they're going to be buying 3 sets of armour. Eco with smoke, same sort of JDM as well. Molotov is normally the post-plant situation, depending on what they're feeling like, and we'll see a 5-man armour buy from the CTs. No kits or a smoke. Could be a problem towards the ending stages of the round if it does go to an inside play, which it looks like it potentially will. I'd imagine those smokes down the lower ramp, maybe the Molotov and connector. Some teams like to do that at the start instead of saving it for the post-plant. One player towards inside there, that's Stanislaw. He's by the coils for now, I believe. Or the spools, who are American. And we have got Mixwell backing him up and connecting now. So the long-range USP, obviously, is going to be Mixwell taking the vision away, kind of take the aggro from his comrade there. Still could be an outside player. It looks like they're just clearing out the brown holes.
Oh, Nitro, JDM now going to be watching out back toward the A main position. This indicates to me this will be a Pop Dog 3-2 split. Elige going to lead the charge down, and with bomb in the hands, 2 smokes over, it should be pretty straightforward. Smoking up Tarek already, Elige from far though, but it's USP versus Glock from that range, and no chance. Mixwell's going to take down Nitro as well. Finally, the bomb gets inside of the smoke, and it will be Pimp to put it down, but immediately after, Rush is going to follow up, and just like the pistol round, we've got all 5 players alive for OpTic and no one for Liquid, so a very fast start for them. 2 kills from Tarek.
Shutting it down, the smokes come in. The bomb's planning for Liquid, so not a complete waste. I'm not finding a single kill. That's certainly a problem there. You can see all 5 players are OpTic, keeping their armor as well. That's actually quite a big deal going forward. You know, it helps balance money out. The problem is, though, you still have to reinvest. Unless some of them saved 100 armor, you still have to spend the full $1,000. So maybe it's not as big of a deal as I first speculated. But still, they managed to get 4 rifles here. They know the AKs will be coming out in the 3rd. You do have the option to force them in the 2nd. We've seen a lot of teams do that, but you do need to get like 3 or 4 kills to really justify that with the bomb going down. So we're not going to see that this time. Look at some PD50s. Maybe just rush inside. Like I said, it's a good place set to get initial exchanges. You need to keep 1 player alive just to try and get that bomb down. That's all they'll be trying to do this round. Very unlikely he can find more than 2 kills and even get a plan down, but let's see what they can do.
Well, Stan is the only one inside the B site right now, so if they can isolate him, push him back, then like you say, they can't get the bomb plant.
He's got the MP9 as well, so the only player about a rifle being backed up by Mixwell now, so...
The good news is there's no armor, like you say, because Liquid's relying on this bomb plant, so the MP9 is still very viable in that sense, so long as he keeps the angle tight with the rifle, as you say. Mixwell, nice shot from Hiko. Has him over to drop the port, take down JDM, bomb's going to fall on the site, and again, all 5 go down very quickly, no bomb plant, and OpTic looking rather impenetrable so far. 1 kill only for Liquid thus far. Yes, it's early to read the trends, but it's still very impressive.
Stanislaw, he manages to drop an AWP down. He drops an AWP for Mixwell, in fact. So that's nice. He manages to get 3 kills at SMG, $600 per kill there. So we go into the first gun run here. We did say Liquid without kills, you can see they are limited. Only 3 smokes with the rifles as well. So won't be the most tactical play. Could just be a fast towards the side. Pimp's going to be the also main entrance. Teammates looking like they'll be favouring. What's inside? I thought we were going to go fast down Pop Dog. He's just trying to take a bit of the attention toward that part of the map. But Stanislaw close on the lower ramp here, waiting for players to come through that smoke.
Elige pre-aimed at anyone that dare jump on the balcony, rather the railing specifically, to see above that smoke in turn. Stan, good flash over, buying a little bit of time, most forward of it. He's going to have the MP9 again, and shots in. 2 of the AKs down already. They're just lining up Liquid. They're getting slaughtered on the way through, and now it's an AWP. Mixwell can't hit the first shot, but the nade will do damage in toward Hiko. 21 HP left on him when he gets the bomb down, and those flames are getting desperately close. He's going to step back 1 step, and he's in them. They just spread over. He had 13 HP to try and contend with. JDM falls and Pimp 1 versus 4. Yeah. He's far away from this. He's not even going to attempt it. Save the AK-47.
Well, it was that inside play. Like we said, it had to be something pretty basic in terms of the AKs. Just armor, 3 smokes. They tried to show their hand towards outside a little bit, stop the rotations that the teammates were heading towards the inside side. 1 smoke outside, 1 down to lower ramp, but like you said, lining up for Stanislaw there, doing some great work with the MP9 so far. 3 kills in the previous, and managed to find 2 in the initial exchange there towards lower ramp. His teammates then rotating in. He did more damage as well. The bomber comes in as Hiko. He gets an HE on his head, goes up to like 7 HP, burns alive from that Molotov. And we do get 1 player surviving here with a bomb planted as well. So Pimp with the rifle, I was going to say there's definitely a chance they could force into it, but they haven't really got that many kills. Like had they got it down to like maybe a 2 versus 1 in the last round, they could have justified a force. I don't think it's worth it in this round. Obviously up against a fully equipped OpTic, that's going to shut it down. So it's up to Pimp now with the AK in hand. Elige faster to Deagle, looking for that first frag. Gets taken down to 4 HP though, so he'll have to fall back at this point. Now back towards Pimp to see if he can maybe find an opening kill.
Tarek at E-Box is going to watch toward the bottom of Pop Dog. Again, it's going to be OpTic to open up the fragging. Nitro goes down immediately. OpTic's going to start to build up his very secured sense of confidence if this trend continues of Liquid not able to find any kills at all. Nitro gone and Elige on 4 HP. That's the 1-2 punch. Yes, okay, on pistols this round. Finally, Pimp with the AK will walk in. The only rifle in play. He's got the head armor due to the save as well. He's going to find an opening, spray through. He's got rushed down. It's a 3 versus 4. But with 4 HP, Hiko and Elige don't necessarily offer much to the party. He's going to pick up an M4 Hiko with bomb down. But Naf already on the flank coming in quickly. Hiko's anticipating this position, but he's got to hit a shot almost perfectly with an M4. Worse still, they've lost JDM, and Naf's going to win exactly that duel. It's 4 and 21 HP for Elige and Pimp to remain in this to try and hold off the bomb plant. And Elige playing at Pop Dog's going to have Naf walking in from A main. He knows that position is there, having his teammate go down, but he's a little bit late to peek out. Teammate gone on the bomb plant, already staring out toward the pop dog position, but he's denied the defuse, and he stayed alive, and with 4 HP. They're going to put flames in his feet, though, and he'll do nothing further to deny the plant, or rather defuse once more, excuse me.
Yeah, as soon as that incendiary's thrown, he literally can't win the round. With low HP as well, his choices are try and run through, try and get through before the incandescence fully gets to its peak, and didn't really work out for him. Tries to run through, maybe he could have got 1 kill before he goes down, but unfortunately for him, it's either stay alive with a deagle or try and go for it. He gets 1 kill out of it. Decent round from Liquid overall, getting the bomb down there once again, bringing it down to a close situation. Density economy, as you can see from the CTs. But we're going to the first real gun round here. We have the AWP in the hands of JDM, like I said. One of the best AWPers in North America right now. We're up against Mixwell, Spaniard. And we'll see whether he can do anything towards Ivy here. It's a nice aggressive play. We said this could be a possibility. It's Naf to go in first with potentially the double kill, but only finds 1. Hiko steps up, comes out of the flashbang and manages to provide an equal situation. But Tarek going aggressive towards main entrance here. Nice position, but Pimp seems aware this could be a possibility.
Pimp again. Very passive, already holding on. At least the trade early on this time could start to benefit Liquid, especially where they've got a little bit of space to work on the map right now. Good push up from Tarek, but Pimp again, that passive angle holds off. He'll get tagged down to 10 HP, but now it is a man advantage for Liquid to work with, and Hiko as well, waiting for any push toward Ivy. No one's going to go that direction. Pop flash down from Elige, but he wants to go to the inner site. The only one waiting there, Mixwell, AWP.
Well, got the man advantage for now. Pimp on 10. This does suggest we need some sort of rotation here. It's going to come down to Mixwell now. He's the one that needs to step up here. He's towards the inside side as well. That's where it looks like Liquid may be finishing off as well. They're starting to rotate in. So if he can hit the first shot, slow them down, maybe delay the plant coming in, that's where we're going to have the chance to actually win this round once again. But Liquid in a great position so far to take round number 5 here.
Shot in, Mixwell can't land it. Down already though, but Rush peeking back out late. It's going to take down Nitro. It leaves Pimp alive on low HP, so 3 versus 3 and suddenly looking good for OpTic, but a bomb is going to go down. Hiko inside of the smoke, and there's no need to try and capitalize. Further still, a Molotov to deny any push up, but it's Stanislaw on the flank. That'll start to draw attention away from the bomb itself. Good play from Elige on the side of the smoke to take down Rush, because with Stan coming in and AWP still lurking out of the front of the site, they've got to control the situation Liquid from multiple angles, and Hiko does exactly that onto Stanislaw. And it is going to be Mixwell trying to find a shot on the AWP, climbing the ladder. He's desperately to try and just bait the attention away from Mixwell. It does find the shot, but he's running low on time. Has a kit, but not the time to get close enough and also contend with Hiko. So finally a round going for Team Liquid. This will cause a reset and only 1 player staying alive.
Oh, it was hit and miss though, wasn't it? Going down that lower ramp, they didn't have any smoke available. Luckily for them, Mixwell does miss that first shot. He managed to get the second, but still, that was touch and go for Liquid there. After finding some good exchanges at the start of the round, bringing it down to the equal situation, saw some aggression from OpTic. We did say that's going to be a common trend here, especially on that first real gun round. It's a good time to chuck it in there from OpTic. It was Rush who had the chance to get a couple of kills towards that area. I think, no, sorry, Naf, I beg your pardon. He managed to get 1. Definitely had the chance for 2, but couldn't make it happen. So round number 6. Big one here for Liquid after it goes down to the 1v1. Could be the possibility of a full reset here. A double AWP setup coming in for the CT for the first time. That's Naf and Mixwell. And still the AWP for JDM. Yet to have any real impact yet. He died in the previous round, leaving Pimp to pick up the AWP responsibility. But first shot comes in. Naf can't pull the trigger in time as a teammate jumps past. And default for the terrorist right now. Bomb still down towards T-spawn. They have got all the utility required for an execution. Just going to be filling out the map, trying to gain some access. Like there, as you can see on the map on the screen right now, towards Pop Dog, Ivy. Maybe check out the brown halls as well. I think we have 1 player in the form of Nitro. He'll be doing just that.
So Tarek trying to push up again toward A main. Decent position in the corner, but will that be red or not? Liquid not even looking to contest in that position because they're going above. Now the question is, does Tarek try and get a read on that push through, and Hiko's the one that's waiting. Tantalizing duel, Hiko versus Tarek early on in the round as well. Tarek, here's a flash going over that might entice him to go further, but it is going to be the inner sight right now that has the interest of Team Liquid. And look at the corner position, because it's Stanislaw who's pushed up early. Nade out, Pimp goes down, he can fall back into sight. That's 1 and done. And he doesn't even need to redress it. He can just fall back and play conservatively. Set a crossfire. Stan's got 2, looking for a 3rd. Massive damage done onto Elige. Mixwell's going to burn him as a result. Very good job from Stanislaw to get control of that corner.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy overall from Pimp, but still, let's see whether they can do anything about this. Mixwell finds the 4th frag. Just Hiko here, definitely known to be amazing clutcher, but not in this scenario, I'm afraid. Maybe able to find 1 kill, but can't even do that. Mixwell finishes things off with Deagle. I have to say, Matt, when Pimp's walking around the corner of that, a really key choke point towards the upper platform, you're coming out with a smoke in your hand before you even checked it out. That's an interesting decision from him, I have to say, overall. Surely only clearing up that tight angle is quite a common one from the CTs. It's an off angle. You're trying to surprise him like the way he did. The fact of checking that with a nade out, that's sloppy from him, I'm sorry. And we did set up a full reset for Liquid, which it is. They're going to have to take a pretty harsh eco here. A couple of upgraded pistols, a Deagle and a P250, but OpTic, Stanislaw especially towards that inside area. Looking like he's doing a phenomenal job so far. He'll go down to a UMP. Double op setup still running for the CTs at this point. And now, not really much Liquid can do with this one. Pop Dog potentially, maybe rush towards inside once again. They know it's been a solo player towards that inside site. Stanislaw, he's got the UMP, but against unarmed players once again. Same story as what we saw with the MP9. He can chew through these eco players.
Tarek gonna wait inside of the E-box, watch the wide side of the smoke for a push through, and Liquid with very little to work with is potentially about to go down 6-1. And Liege gonna get tagged up. 75 HP as he falls back toward the ladder. Tarek should have heard the tags coming in from the nade. The Molotov specifically. Good shot through will take him further down to 44. As Tarek tags his arm with one bullet. Lots more smoke in that position as well to hold off any push from Liquid. Mix, meanwhile, watching from hitch out toward A main. Pretty straightforward position with 4 players inside the A site. Double up as well from both Rush and Nafly out at Ivy on this double up setup. And therefore, the only one on the A or B site, rather. Again, Stanislaw, and he's playing not necessarily close to the corner this time, but down below it at the ladder with a UMP. Exactly this, behind the spool.
Still 30 seconds here. They will be going towards inside. They actually got a chance to get the bomb down. Oh, nice shot to Stanislaw as well. So Pimp finds it. Bomb will be planted. That's pretty much all they could have hoped for here. Tarek's coming in and doing some tremendous work with the M4A4. Should be the round going towards OpTic now at this point, but still, Eco, he goes down as well. But still, decent effort from Liquid, getting the bomb down there and finding a kill. It's pretty much as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, and that's Mixwell again, missing a pretty crucial shot on the B site.
He does look
2
a
on
bit
the way through.
flaky right now, I have to say. He's finding frags overall, but still, the key ones that are really important in terms of like denying bomb plants and actually keeping men alive, those are the ones they're losing the round. They lost towards that inside area. That's when he had a 3 on his screen and shot in between all of them. Naf brings out the dualies. I like that. I know you like that as well.
I do like the dualies.
Compliments his AWP, why not?
If you can't hit it with one, if you can't hit your shot with one gun, buy 2. That's what I always say.
So he's got 3 guns now.
That's 3 guns total. Yeah, that's true. Liege busting out the windows on the way through, but a fast play to get toward the tunnels this time, and that will disallow any potential to get toward the corner. In fact, a Molotov to be sure, considering the threat that's been deployed in that position. Smokes him up the top of the ramp, but no one pushing in. Stan waiting this time inside of the site on the bomb train directly. And Pimp again. OpTic's been very aggressive toward this A main position. He's going to wait for a push to come through. He needs to be a little bit cautious of the fact that they've deployed the bomb, or rather dropped it intentionally inside of that small hallway. So if he goes down here and Rush does push through, they'll have bomb in their hands.
Well, like we said, JDM really had to come to life here. He's got the open hand once again. Pimp does seem aware that OpTic do push towards main entrance. It's where you can gather a lot of intel for your teammates. That's a nice flashbang coming in from the CTs. Hiko, lucky to be alive there. Mixwell decides not to face his time, but now, backed up by Mixwell there, I was going to say. Hiko, an opportunity to find that first kill. Spotted the CT on the left-hand side, but taking down man advantage. Gathers the CTs now. Tarek, fantastic work for him to find 1 kill. Oh, this is come down to Rush. Perfect.
Pimp goes for the jump across to bait out an op shot, has his knife out as a result. However, JDM able to redress it with the AWP immediately. They're still down a man on the way through. But JDM's elevated himself onto the train to try and find a better angle on the AWP and a Liege. And the guys of Smoke is going to try and slip up toward Hell. He's lost his teammate, though, and he's only got 9 HP, 22 seconds, and a bomb down by the E-box to try and find. He does catch Mixwell off guard. Good shot to counter him off, but that gives Snapfly the opportunity from the back tunnel to make it 7-1 for OpTic, and Liquid is not in this game at all. Highest frag total on Liquid, 4. For both Elige, Pimp, and I say both, there's 3 of them. Elige, Pimp, and Hiko, there's 0 kills so far for Nitro, and that's your entry fragger.
So we talked about Peacemakers missing from this team right now. They're missing something. They're running defaults, trying to work those picks. They're not getting them. They're getting shut down by aggression from OpTic. They're actually out-positioning them as well, getting that first man advantage, baiting them into unfavorable situations. I think we need to see a little bit of a faster game, more aggressive and Liquid. You know they've got some of the most talented players in the entire region of North America. Like we said, Nitro, Elige, great entry fraggers. They're not given an opportunity to do anything right now. They're doing the defaults, not finding anything for it. Stanislaw, like I said, aggressive, going to find 1 here. What a shot to take him down. Obviously not that impressive, but it looked quite cool. But still, yeah, I think they need to be a little bit faster here. Maybe some outside main pushes, even some set pieces, just to get a bomb down. Let's give your stars a chance to actually do something with this. Defaults aren't working out for you, getting locked down across the board. Another Eco coming in here, just running for a smoke. Nah, this is quite a vital shot there as well. Doesn't have the opportunity to fall back, but good backup from his teammates there. Rush finding 2. Mixwell finds the headshot as well. JDM He will not be able to plant the bomb here, and there's a Glock. Round over. This is starting to run away from Liquid a little bit here. It's still quite early days. It's fine overall. They still have maximum loss bonus. Bomb not going down, but they can get the AWP out once again. I think they need to be more assertive. Right now it looks like they're a bit cagey. Maybe take a pause at this point, work out what's going on, why are we getting pushed everywhere. If you're getting pushed every single round, that's when you can start to group up and say, why don't we go for a fast inside play off the bat? Why don't we go for a fast push and to actually catch one of these players out of position?
ESL did run the new coaching rule in New York. Is it in effect here?
Don't know, we probably should know.
Because if it is, they'll have 2 timeouts this half that they should absolutely utilize.
There we go, faster play is what we wanted to see from Liquid so far. It's Mixwell getting that first pick though.
And Nitro, who's on the goose egg, has to be in the entry role. He's got map control at least to try and trade off of, but no one's to capitalize. Hiko will finally get one, and Tarek and Elige will capitalize by catching off Rush. It does leave Nafly. Remember, they've doubled up this position at Ivy, despite that there's been really no presence onto it from Liquid. And a good jump across to try and bait and switch, but no shot comes through. It's JDM instead, and he's got a lineup at Mixwell. He'll fire down from Old Bomb. Speaking of bomb, it's going to be planted on top of the train right now. But Nitro's got to find these openings. You're right, the fast play gets them in the sight, but he still can't win out on the duel. AWP for Mixwell to try and go for the retake. Both of them have kits, lots of money on the OpTic side. And Naf's going to get dropped by Elige, which now puts an awkward situation on the Mixwell on the AWP. Misses another shot, and Elige is going to capitalize finally for him, picking up 3 kills. And Liquid will get their second round. Again, it's 4-round reset, though, and only 2 players stay alive. Yeah, well, still, it's better. They're being assertive that round. They've got an objective to start the round. It's what I'm trying to do, actually just do defaults and kind of hoping for the best, and they've got to find a pick there. If the key players aren't doing anything with it, they can see Nitro 0 for 10. They still win the round regardless. They're actually giving themselves an opportunity to get a bomb down there, have a clutch, and even though they were low HP as well, they knew they had to actually hunt for the frag there. Facing at the right time is Elige stepping up, and we said they've had a fantastic tournament recently in New York. Looking like he's going to be the only player really contributing so far as we go into round number 11. Still a difficult bar, like you said. Nitro, he's only down to a Tech 9. They've gone 0 for 10 right now. It's going to be towards the inside they go. Stanislav does a lot of damage towards Elige, but surely going down here. Finds 1 kill, doesn't have a dink. And it's going to be Rush trying to spray through, but the man advantage goes towards Liquid. Mixwell again on this cross. Can't
nade, though.
Find it.
He used a nade. It would have been it. Bomb denied.
Yep. It would have absolutely denied it. Elige was on 6, or is on 6 HP. He's got the bomb down. He's able to move up behind the tanker, and it's a man advantage for Team Liquid. But HP not in their possession. As such, a late nade will prevail finally into Hiko. Elige still able to survive, has a decent forward position. They've got by him, though, and he's not turned to face it. In fact, he's retreated up to the top of the ladder. Molotov down. It's immediately extinguished, but good spray. And Elige is going to drop Mixwell, finally falling to Nafly. It's down to a 1-on-1. Pimp on 26 HP cap in the smoke, and it's low HP. As such, Nafly is fully reset Liquid once more.
Naf, very nice job there in the 1v1. I thought Pimp had a huge advantage at that point. He did a nice little flashbang there. I thought he was going to allow the fake defuse to come in. It seems like he was a bit apprehensive. Wasn't 100% committed to that. Fell back. It felt like at the 4.5 second mark. So I thought he was going to allow him and try and take him down in that duel. But doubts himself a little bit there and goes for it. Naf takes it down. It's going to be 4 kills with him overall. It looked like a round Liquid there. Trying to be assertive once again. Trying to get fast towards the inside area. Try and keep things simple. But just completely taken down in the duels. And I don't think the bomb down nice and early. It was 4 HP on Hiko. Like we said, if Mixwell had thrown the HE grenade, he would have denied the plant. And actually had a much easier round overall. But still, it is a full reset for Liquid. 9-2 now. OpTic definitely over quite an assertive lead. It's going to be Deagle's PT50s. No real utility to speak of. Elige, he's got a flashbang. Focus towards outside. But Tarek using the smoke to his advantage. Great position from him. Gets the bomb down, finds 3 kills. Surely we punish at this point, which he is. Mixwell pretty much finishing off the job here. Pimp there does some damage, but overall, double figures obtained for OpTic. And yeah, pause finally.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They're going to have a bye this time as well. Pimp's already onto the AWP, throwing that over to JDM. But this is very needed. And this is where the lack of Peacemaker becomes an issue, because Hiko's going to have to do the majority of the talking. Normally, timeouts for the prime time for Peacemaker to step up. We know he had a very elaborate and detailed playbook written on every team, so it's definitely a tough position, a precarious position for Team Liquid to find themselves in this early.
Oh, yes, definitely. You can see that they're not comfortable. They haven't really got a set game plan going into this one. They were just going with the defaults overall and hoping that would work out for them. The backup plan to that, we did want to see it. It worked out in that first round with the harsh resets coming in time and time again. They're just not getting comfortable here. They're not finding the string of rounds they need to just kind of have a bit more freedom to work with in terms of having all the grenades, having the AWP there. Then they can probably go back to the defaults at that point when they start hurting the CT economy. This is a really key round. If they can pick this up, it probably will be an eco for OpTic, and they can potentially find 10-5. That's still a fine half for a T half, I would say. But they're going to need to find a couple more here just to give us a competitive game. So I think there's some typing coming in. This might be a technical pause considering the typing. Never know. Oh, no, it's the ESL client, right? So you have to all type and pause. My bad. So let's have a look at the buy for Liquid. The impulse comes in. They have got the AWP available. Certainly not the best buy. Yes, they have the AKs and the armor. Pimp with no head armor though. No Molotovs throughout the team. So Pimp, he's very vulnerable to the M4s at the moment. Will just be another aggressive round here. That'd be perfect for OpTic to chuck it in now. Just after a pause, you feel like the teams would be adapting, changing things up. You go for that first pick, shut them down. Seems the case just yet. They're going to be running in a pretty solid default for now. One player towards the side once again, Stanislaw, but you can't really argue with the performance he's posting so far. What's the play? I think we'll see some sort of execution play from Liquid.
Again, you mentioned that fast round. That actually worked to get them inside of the
site.
Yeah,
well, that's allowing, like, you're not finding the frags overall in terms of individual duels. Stick together as a unit, get the bomb down there, and allow some of your star players actually have opportunity to actually find some frags at that point. Obviously, we know they've got some great clutches in this team. Elige, Hiko, probably Hiko known to be one of the best clutch players in North America. So just getting the bomb down, that's the first objective here. JDM looking for a pick towards inside. Obviously a very common spot for some AWPers there. We're going aggressive towards that lower ramp. Doesn't find anything just yet. 1 minute remaining. Like I said, I see a set piece coming in here. Considering he's playing towards that dumps area. Do it towards outside. The bombs toward anti-spawn, that suggests they're not going to be faking it this time. 2 players towards Ivy. They will be committing to these smokes.
Bomb going Ivy, like you say. They haven't really put a lot of pressure onto Ivy. And again, they've been setting that double setup, that crossfire setup on the CT side. This time it's not quite as close together, but they still have 1 player at health. Stanislaw catching off the 3 going B, and he gets 2 out of the 3, which means if they're going to push through the site and try and wrap back toward A for execution, that's already thwarted. Mixwell finds Hiko, and it's all for naught. This is going to fall apart immediately. Tarek lines up too. They never rotated off, and the fake never worked.
The fake did not work at all there. He's Stanislaw, perfect position. You can see he's not flashed. He's got no pressure on him really at all. It was a pretty lackluster attempt to actually get in the side. Normally if you're going to do that, you want at least a couple of flashbangs coming from those windows there from the upper ramp. 1 player giving some pressure in that sense, but 3 players towards inside, that was the big fake. They had the bomb towards Ivy, they did some initial smokes towards outside, keep those players towards that area, make it look like there was the fake initially towards outer, then they go to inside. It's more of a double bluff in that sense, and really doesn't work out for them at all. Getting shut down towards inner, didn't really force rotations from the CTs at all. They're ready for the play towards Ivy. Maybe it's a strategy OpTic are aware of, that Liquid run, but yeah, looking pretty uninspired so far. Liquid, no one stepping in terms of the fragging. I'm not sure if Nacho's found a kill yet. But still, 11-2 and another eco. This is getting out of hand now. And Stanislaw finds the first frag. He's been so good in this inside area, hasn't he? Just locking them down. And, like, you might not, like, this round's also important, but like against the rounds, there's Tech 9 armor, against the gun rounds, he's been fighting 4 frags. It's like, and those initial confrontations as well when he had the MP9, just doing solid work throughout.
Pimp's going to be held off by the Flames. Good shot from Stan. Again, he lines them up. He's so, I want to say, possessive at B. He doesn't want to give it up. He's territorial, and he won't let anyone near it. Every time they walk in, he's found a multiple kill. Now, that time, sure, all right, you're spreading into pistols and lack of utility, but even still, when they've come in with weapons, he's been able to find multiple in so many instances, especially against the fake in the last round.
Yeah, Nitro is 0 for 14. That is something we're not
shocking.
We're not used to seeing with him. You can see the team right; they're not comfortable right now. I'm not going to say it's purely down to not having the coach, but Hiko calling right now, he looks a little bit out of his depth. They're not really kind of changing the game up at all. They're just trying defaults. Well, this is better. This is what we wanted to see. Nitro finally arrives on the scoreboard. Gets a headshot there. It was Mixwell aggressive with the AWP towards the inside side. Stanislaw rotating in though. He's been a thorn on their side for Al. Can he prevail this time?
Stan's going to sneak back up. Waits for the wide push to come through over toward the tanker. Smoke's got a bit of a gap. Nitro's going to sit inside of it though and not show himself. So nope. Awareness yet for Stanislaw, but now Nitro's found him. Nitro, he's on the board. He's got 1.
2.
He's taken down. Well, no, Elige followed that up. Oh, yeah, you're right. He got the first one on the way through. So he's got 2 kills in this round. His first 2 in the whole game. Tarek flashing back over, going to try and get closer onto the site, but they're down to just he and Nafly. Good pick up on JDM. That leaves him on 100 HP as well. There's a chance in this. Nafly finds a lesion. Tarek's got position wrapped around behind. He's going to hold this defuse. And Tarek, with a smoke on top of it, got it down already. It's going to be 1 second and done because they nade off toward upper. 13-2.
Oh.
And Hiko, look how close he is when he gets shut down.
Oh dear, oh dear. I think they were going for the we normally talk about when he goes towards the inside, you're pushing towards the deep rotation points there, locking down the connector CT spawn. They didn't think Tarek would be coming in that fast there. He goes with a full defuse and a 2-on-2. It's a ballsy move, the one that pays off. His teammate throws a smoke on him just as he gets under the 3-second mark as well. A lot of pressure towards Liquid, and after Nitro finally arrives, he gets the entry frag. We say he's that great entry player. The round slips away.
There were opportunities for him to find more as well. It's not like he was getting shut down entirely. That round when he got to hell and lost the duel against, I think it was Nafly at that point in time when he actually wrapped in, was hugely problematic. And OpTic absolutely slotted them. Liquid does not look on form, but OpTic looking convincing as well.
Yeah, definitely. OpTic have been phenomenal so far. Like I said, a very uninspired performance from Liquid overall. They look lost to this. They look out of their depth. Just in terms of the way they're approaching as a T-side, it's not necessarily the fragging ability. There's not even getting the possibility to get themselves in positions there. We set after so many defaults in a row about finding picks. Let's try some faster stuff. Yes, it worked for one round, then he went back to the defaults. Instantly shut down once again. That's such a huge problem. If you're winning one round, you're not getting a string together at all. They never had control of the economy whatsoever. But Matthew, we need a break. Liquid needs a break. Let's take one quickly and we'll come back with the second half. 13-2. Can they get back into this?
Them trying to get inside of the site. It was Nafla that shut them down on this occasion. It was Stanislaw that shut them down on BM multiple occasions, and unfortunately for Nitro, he only gets 2 kills in the entirety of the half. Those came in the last round. 13-2 for OpTic. If it was 12-3 and it's Pro League, I might believe, but 13-2 is a struggle.
Yeah, for sure. They are moving over to the CT side. No reason why they can't do the same thing, but from what I've seen so far, no one's really turning up for Liquid at all. I think we saw a couple of interesting rounds from Elige. But Stanislaw, for me, MVP, playing that inside area by himself, that was a great performance from him. It was out-positioning him every time. You could see the flashbangs weren't really there when they went for the inside fakes, or even inside plays. It looked like they're just running on pure basics here. There's basic fundamentals, not really having the tactical depth to get into the sites. It's not a Liquid I've seen before in terms of recent form. This is looking very poor from them. Still laughing, of course, so maybe it's all fine. They can bounce back. JDM, like we said, known to be one of the best stoppers, could really do anything about that. He's just trying to run the default, right? But if then cities aren't giving anything away to you, you've committed to a site, then it's very difficult to find anything on this map. We'll see where they can bounce back, though. If they get the pistol, and they can get the 3-0, obviously there's always a chance, man. It's always a chance. It's never over until it says 16. So if they do lose a pistol, I'll pretty much say that will be over, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of confidence from OpTic there, which is I like to see.
Well, it was such a fast start for them. I think there was 1 kill against them in the first 3 rounds. Like, that was so confidence-inspiring, especially when Liquid went for the early buy without getting a bomb plant down. That just hindered their economy even further.
Yeah, Liquid, this is a rough start for them. This is a round-robin format, though, so it's not like GSL. It's not so devastating when you lose the first game, but it's still, this is a team you'd consider Liquid in terms of like LAN performances. Obviously not Pro League online season hasn't been great, but if you did like it on LAN, you'd expect Liquid to be heavy favourites, I'd say, going into this one. Obviously OpTic in best of ones, we said are the giant slayers of these tournaments. So the last Pro League, in fact, we saw them have some very interesting results against the likes of Astralis and so on, but we'll see whether this much needed pistol round can happen for Liquid. So on the CT side, not really much you can do. You can go for some aggressive picks towards inside ramp if you wanted to. We saw SK do that, I think. And then you can push towards Ivy. I'd say most teams are just going to full default, just holding back and waiting for the teams to commit. Fast play, though. Look at things. Tarek, he's actually hunting towards main. Let's see if he can get anything out of this. It's a little bit of a high-risk move. Smokes off towards connector. This will be an outside commitment. You don't really want to be faking, considering you've used both your smokes towards outside. And here comes the play. Mixwell to lead the charge with the Superman buy as well.
Superman indeed. Elige, though, he's going to take a headshot into Tarek. It's their turn to use the USPs on a pistol round. Remember, it was 5 flawless kills from OpTic to start it off. Elige again is going to get Stanislaw, but Mixwell finds one in between, and Rush finally will silence Elige. Bomb's been planted as well, so they need to just hold off the perimeter. And with Hiko down, a Rush coming in. Speaking of Rush, he's got the Glock, goes for the knife, thinks better of it. As JDM does get back around the corner, but still hits a lovely headshot. And you're dead right, it was the last bullet. Nitro, 1 versus 2 to hold off the chance for a defuse, and he's got no kit to work with. Does have the first kill, 18 HP, and time ticking away on that bomb. Mixwell, he knows he doesn't have to peek this out, and he's still going to be the raid boss. That Superman with the Tech 9, and it's over already. Mixwell pops back out. It's going to be 14-2, and OpTic a chance to drive this home immediately.
Nice little round there from OpTic. Waited for the initial pushes coming from Liquid there. Held up. Good smokes. Tarek gets out towards main entrance. He smokes a connector. They get one off towards Ivy as well. Takes a lot of vision away from the CTs. Bomb planted. Elige finds a couple of kills. You can see on the scoreboard right now. He's the only one really posting any sort of positive numbers here. It's still 12 for 15. And yeah, some really, really sloppy duels there overall. But still, that last bullet with the Glock, that pretty much decided the round at that point. It has to be a force buy from Liquid at this point. It's 14-2. One more round brings it to map point and indeed match point. Best of ones in this round robin format. Nova and a max 7 for Liquid. Great position for Elige, but that armor, you got your work cut out for you. It looks like OpTic will be heading towards inner. Tarek just to show his presence towards main. And at this point, they've got smokes to work with, Molotovs as well. They'll probably be using the flashbangs to get through these initial encounters. But Hiko, what weapon has he got? The Nova against armored AKs, Galils of OpTic. Good luck, my friend.
Mixwell already inside of the site, and he goes trying to find some shots that'll work. Oh, good shot wide. This will distract him, and he's actually got there, but not denied the bomb. Good damage in from Hiko so far, but unfortunately, his bodyguards won't save him as Nafly and Tarek take both him and Elige down immediately after bomb is planted. Flashback out from Nitro. He'll be blinded up by the 5-7 rather, but 16 HP is going to take him to Nafly. 14-2 is about to turn into 15 as it falls to just JDM. Shotgun in hand, jumping in with style. He's got one, a second on a Nafly. It's going to be high HP though, and Mixwell too close to get the pistol drawn in time. Good try, I'll give him that. But overall, it's match point already for OpTic.
Yeah, and that means the CTs have to force into this one, obviously. Sure you can work that one out if you are playing at home.
To be fair, I just want to go back and clarify something.
Go on.
I said it was 67% round in favor of the CT side at Epicenter. There was a 16-1 and a 16-0 from SK, so
right,
just about every other game was
the
close.
Results, right?
Exactly. Every other game was actually fairly evenly distributed. This is another case where we're going to see a very skewed CT percentage.
Well, CZ, Scout, and JDM getting 2 shotgun kills there. He gets a little bit more. He gets a FAMAS in hand. Pretty much GG in my opinion, but Elige, yeah, he tries to do something there. He can't just sit back and allow the T's to fully execute. Tries to find a kill. He's shut down towards the ladder. At this stage, the game's pretty much over. We'll see what they can do. JDM with the FAMAS to anyone with the rifle. Taken down, and this feels like it's going to be over as Nitro. He's dropped as well. Just Pimp with the Scout now. The secondary sniper of the team. Doesn't land the shot. Bomb will be planted at this point. Hiko coming up the connector, runs into the fire. And Pimp, that is going to be the GG. Might as well start killing console at this point. No kit, no nades, Scout in hand, bomb down, 5 players to find. I could probably add a few more variables in there, but that pretty much summarizes it for you. GG.
This is it. It's all done. 16-2 to start off ESL Pro League Finals in Brazil. And it's OpTic over Liquid. Perhaps suffering from out the coach, but I say there's a lot more issues in that game than just that. Nitro missing shots on entry. Not really much tactical depth to Liquid's approach.
Yeah, they just looked a little bit lost with it. The pause came a bit too late, in my opinion. They tried a couple of fast rounds here and there, but the successful rounds were shut down straight away. Only finding 2 rounds of Terroricide. Didn't win the pistol on the second. That could have been a chance to get into on the CT half, but didn't even get a chance to see that at all. So a pretty lackluster game to kick things off. Great form from OpTic, though, you have to say. They're looking strong as a unit. Mixwell top the score with them, like 24 kills. Stannis all inside, look great. Rush, as we said, a player we're both kind of interested in. He has some good performances there, especially in the pistol rounds. So yeah, not really much to report for Liquid, I'm afraid. I wish I could analyse it more for you, but just looked uninspired, didn't really know what to do, how to adapt. Tried to mix things up, but overall, pretty poor showing.
Yeah, very poor showing indeed. And they've got to regroup from this. They've definitely got to recover. I mean, it's a round-robin format, so
yeah.
You know, a loss here definitely doesn't help, but you could easily bring it back by, you know, beating one of the upper seed teams. And again, if OpTic continue through in this fashion, everyone else is going to suffer a lot. There's all kinds of ways. In round-robin, there's always a way to get through. But it definitely will come from Liquid improving. With that said, we'll go back over to the desk. We've got 3 lovely gentlemen, well, 2.5 lovely gentlemen, to talk us through this game.
Hello, Alex.
Oh, hello.
All right, that's it. OpTic versus Liquid has been concluded.
Saw that one coming a mile away.
I haven't said be ready. It can come to us any second now.
I'm sorry. Well, thanks Henry G and Sadakist, and that was our first game done in rather swift fashion. You guys got it right though. Yeah, we did lean towards OpTic, and I don't think we were quite anticipating the speed at which that game would be concluded.
Yeah. We all predicted OpTic on this desk.
Guys,
You're really going with that, Jason?
Yeah, we all predicted OpTic.
You said Liquid.
Here's the thing: if nobody could hear the audio on the stream, did I actually predict Liquid? I don't think so.
yeah, if a tree falls in the woods.
There are some very
think it works
skillful
that
lip
way.
readers out there.
Are there?
Yeah, I mean, either way, this was.
Okay, Jason predicted Liquid. I'm sorry.
I did. It's all right. Thanks for bringing it up again, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was really obviously bad from Liquid. I mean, obviously, if you're this team and you have Nitro, I think in the first half at one point he was like 0-11. Like you're not going to win many games. JDM I think ended with like 5 or 6 kills on the map. So I mean, those are 2 big keys to your team that aren't providing, and just in general on their T side, because that's all we really got to see was they just looked disorganized. There didn't seem to be any confidence when they were running executes on that outer bomb site. There were rounds where like none of them were clearing anything. Like Rush is pushed up in mid. No one's even checking the corner. No one's been in there. Every indication that there's going to be aggression from the CT side, and Liquid just seemed like they didn't know what they were doing. This is not the Liquid we saw at New York, for instance.
I mean, and we saw some, that lack of structure probably comes back, right, to the discussion of, hey guys, we just lost our coach and now we look disorganized.
Yeah.
Correlation might be being established here.
I mean, I think it shows perfectly what Jason was questioning about this new Liquid squad, or without Peacemaker, is the lack of that game plan that he put in for them. You could see that Liquid was, going for executes. They did try some of their strategies, but it looked really disjointed. Like, okay, we have this execute, let's do it now. Yeah. But there's no reasoning behind it. Like, why are we doing this now? It's just something that we have in our playbook. Let's try to win a round by doing that. You could tell towards the end of the first half that B fake they tried to execute, with the bomb going Ivy. Yeah. That was like so bad. There were 2 players still looking at Ivy. So that's how bad it is. Like 2 players are still waiting for that because they throw just a smoke, a flash. 2 people, they send 3 people B. So that's like a big commitment, and still the fake is not even nearly being sold. So those types of things are really a big flaw, obviously, because it really diminishes your chances of winning the round.
So it does seem like the vibe is that there's evident structure there, there's intent to kind of execute something or to take something, and it does just look a little kind of out of whack is the kind of
actually. I didn't think there was any structure.
No,
I mean there's structure in the tactics and that everyone knows what smoke they're throwing, but there's no structure in this game plan that they're building to beat this team. They seem very lost. I mean there was that 2-on-2 post plant later on in that T half where
not a bullet was fired and the round ended.
Bomb's planted 2-on-2 and the bomb is defused and it's still a 2-on-2. So it's just like this is just miscommunication. Yeah. These are basic fundamental errors, and for a team with this level of experience to be making those kind of basic errors, that's a lack of confidence. That's not feeling good in the team. That's a massive flaw in how your players are interacting in the game.
Yeah, and of course those flaws were exposed so swiftly by OpTic. I mean, if can we just kind of give some credit to some of the individuals? I think we saw an incredible round from Naf. Did you see that 4K that Yenko just saying, no, he's not going to get another one. Oh, he did. Okay, yeah,
and he did.
Disbelief.
I mean,
disbelief.
That's the problem. I mean, there were a lot of rounds that ended with a defuse, but in most of them, OpTic had the upper hand. They would get. Stanislav played really well, I think, towards the B bomb side. He did this part, would get a couple of kills, then he would get traded or he would get a kill and stay alive. But in that particular round, when Naf got all the kills, that's where you actually saw, okay, Liquid has, they have to win this round. They have the advantage, but a bit it seemed that at some point they were also frustrated, going for peaks when it wasn't really necessary.
Mixwell lied as well, by the way, boys.
Yeah, I'm really triggered by that.
Yeah, that's it.
So
hey guys,
tilted.
I am not gonna I've had enough. I'm a rifler now. Yeah. Orp's first game.
I've had enough. I've had enough.
Has most kills, of course.
Yeah, right. It's just unreal. It's like, oh, thank you for this. No, but also, I mean, you look at even, I mean, obviously to win 16-2, you pretty much win in every facet of the game, but the all-important on Train is the economic game. The only 2 rounds that Liquid win on the T side, OpTic wins the round immediately afterwards. So their economy is never broken on that CT side. They always had the op, they always had the Molotovs and the smokes, never really under any economic pressure to save or anything like that. So they kept resetting the money of Liquid, and that's how you drive up that big of a scoreline. And yeah, that's a lot of that falls onto Liquid not being able to build a game plan, not build on those successes, which has been like pretty much their MO as a team. Every time they have a good tournament, there's like a roster change.
Yeah, well.
So, Why not?
It has been a bit of a bumpy road, and we're going to be seeing if that road does continue for Liquid later on in the day. But OpTic take a huge step in the right direction. A 16-2, just 18 rounds of play for our first game here at the ESL Pro League Finals. That was North America versus North America. Up next, we're going to have a home squad. That's right, Immortals are coming up next versus Envy. We have that one to look forward to. And if you do want to know and get your head around the schedule of what is coming up today, there is an application that enables you to do that rather handily. You can either head to the Pro League website or even head over to the Score Esports application. You can get that on the go. So if you're sitting there like, hang on, I have to actually do things, when can I go and see my favorite team? It's there in the palm of your hand on your smartphone. So you can go ahead and get that downloaded. And while we do take a short break, when we do come back, we get to see Envy, of course, now with Sixer in the roster, and Immortals who are looking for revenge after not making the E-League playoffs. Find out how it goes down after the break.